Chapter 1, Mishnah 4. This Mishnah now turns to cases that require a lower Sanhedrin, which has 23 judges. Capital cases, i.e. cases in which a person is tried for a crime that carries the death penalty, are judged by a court of 23. An animal that is active with a woman and an animal that is passive with a man are judged by a court of 23. As it is stated, a woman who approaches any animal for it to mate with her, you shall kill the woman and the animal. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 16. The Torah mentions the animal together with the woman to teach that they have the same law. Just as the woman requires a court of 23 because she is subject to the death penalty, so does the animal. And it states, a man who lies with an animal shall be put to death, and you shall kill the animal. See verse 15 there. Here too, by mentioning the animal together with the man, the verse teaches that since the man requires a court of 23, so does the animal. An ox that is to be stoned because it killed a person is judged by a court of 23. As it is stated, if an ox gores a man or woman and the victim dies, the ox shall be stoned, and also its owner shall be put to death. See Exodus chapter 21, verses 28 and 29. The Torah mentions the ox together with its owner to teach, just as the death of the owner would require a court of 23, were he to commit a sin that carries the death penalty, so does the death of the ox require a court of 23. Although the Torah specifies that an ox that killed a person is put to death, the same law applies to any kind of animal that killed a person. The Mishnah cites a three-way dispute about some especially dangerous animals as to whether a court of 23 is required to sentence them to death. If a wolf, lion, bear, leopard, hyena, or snake killed a person, their death sentence must be passed by a court of 23, just like the death sentence of an ox that killed a person. The second opinion. Rabbi Eliezer says, whoever is first to kill these animals has performed a good deed, because he prevents them from killing again. They do not need to be brought to court and judged, but may be killed on sight by anyone. The third opinion. Rabbi Akiva says their death sentence, i.e. the death sentence of all these animals except the snake, which is harder to tame than the others, must be passed by a court of 23.